Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now August 15th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the franchise by Bob Iger and Bob Chapek, Disney, Lucasfilm, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, you name it, and exactly what Star Wars is going to look like in the next couple of years and beyond. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we do know that it is indeed heading in a better direction, all thanks to George, John, and Dave working together as a team. We've got this trio really bringing back Star Wars legends. We've also got them developing over 10 years worth of Star Wars TV shows on Disney Plus, and that's not counting the actual movies for theatrical releases. So we can see that Iger and Chapek really have a lot of things going for themselves. We do know that Iger is going to leave Star Wars in November of this year to focus a little bit more on Marvel before he leaves Disney completely, before he gives the keys to Bob Chapek full time. In the meantime, basically Chapek is being shown the ropes to becoming the proper CEO that he really needs to become for Disney Star Wars and Disney overall in general. Now, the thing about The Rise of Skywalker is that yes, we do know that that movie had a very messy production and it left a lot of, fans to really leave the franchise and never come back. And those are the exact fans that Iger and Chapek really want to bring back into Star Wars. And a lot of this has to do with taking Kathleen Kennedy out of many of the planned Star Wars projects in the works that Kathleen Kennedy initially was working on. Now, the one thing about Kathleen Kennedy is that we do know that a lot of change has been happening behind the scenes, where now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are now fully focused on their new Star Wars universe, as well as their new trilogy of movies. Now, it's explained that currently both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are developing multiple plans to reunite the Star Wars fans around the world, where now that Kathleen Kennedy's creative control has been stripped away, fans are curious about what the future of the franchise will look like. Now, it's described that recently Kathleen Kennedy was fired from a massive Star Wars project over at Lucasfilm that was due for release in 2022 in the form of a TV series. Now, it's said that the true main reason as to why Kathleen Kennedy was fired from the project involved Kennedy hiring a lineup of concept artists to erase all of George Lucas's ideas and concepts that he personally had for the TV show that was going to be in animated form. Essentially, Kennedy was erasing many of George's Star Wars Legends concepts that were set to debut in the series in their own unique way, and that Kennedy completely erased those ideas. Not just that, but during the initial setup of the series, both Lucas and Kennedy came to an agreement that Lucas would choose on the character designs of the show, and all of that some months later, where Kennedy completely changed designs of those characters to fit a specific narrative for the fans to witness. Now, once Kennedy broke all of those promises from George, Lucas was described to have met up with Bob Chapek, and where Bob Chapek allowed Lucas to fire Kathleen Kennedy from the project entirely. Now, this is where things begin to get very important when it comes to Star Wars, that a lot of fans really need to know, that actually involves the entire roadmap of the Star Wars universe that's beginning as we speak. So, what's really intriguing about all of this in, play here is the fact that Kathleen Kennedy, essentially what she did is that she promised George that she was going to use a lot of his concepts and ideas for this Star Wars TV show, and then just completely broke those promises, hired a lot of concept artists to really rewrite the character designs, really redesign them, if you will, and swap in a lot of different scenes and ideas and concepts in comparison to what George wanted for this TV series. Now, in case you guys did not know, this TV series is going to be quite significant to the universe. It's going to be a very important TV show that's going to be announced next year in 2021. Most likely over the summer we'll be learning about this officially. It's still slated for that 2022 release, but now that Kennedy is out, George, John, and Dave are taking control over the project. Now, the other thing is this, is that essentially Kathleen Kennedy wanted to really erase all of the Star Wars Legends concepts that George Lucas was throwing into this live action, or should I say into this animated TV series that was going to appear like live action. It was going to be a bridge between animation and live action, where the actual animation style was going to have that realistic design. Think of it like as the Old Republic cutscenes, or maybe even the cutscenes from Battlefront 2 and stuff around those lines. Now, when you think about it like that, that is actually quite a different animation style in comparison to Star Wars Rebels or the Clone Wars, and that is very ambitious of Disney to actually go down that route. But what's not good is what Kathleen Kennedy was going to do. Thankfully, this was all put to rest. Her breaking her promises really, broke herself, because it allowed Chapek and George to just fire her away, get her off the project, and put her to the wayside. So as of right now, she is only working on the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series, and that is it strictly. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.